Good morning, YouTube. Today is Thursday, November 28th, actual Thanksgiving Day. Hope your day, your weekend, or whatever one is planned. I'll tell you that myself, I woke up in a bad mood this morning. No reason. Well, a couple reasons. But I'm not that guy. It doesn't matter the reason because I got work to do. It's 8 o'clock. We're 90 minutes away from pickup. We should be there about 9:30. Well, I'm probably going to stop at a Love's or somewhere along the way and grab some sort of breakfast. So realistically, I'll probably be there around 10:30. As long as I'm there before noon, it don't matter. And then try to check out about 500 miles today and get that load delivered tomorrow afternoon and go pick up the next one and head down to Douglas, Georgia. So hopefully none of the weather that's been estimated to come through. It's going to be cold. I just hope it don't. I don't want to be in no more snow. Anyhow, let me get this day going and get down. Where the hell am I going? I'm going down to Zachary, Louisiana. But what's the name of the place I'm going to? It is a. Oh, it's Georgia Pacific. The next one is what I had in mind, some house goods place. But no, I'm going to Georgia Pacific in Zachary, which is going to Georgia Pacific in Elwood. And it's not a heavy load. It's like 14,000 pounds. So let's get to getting. It's about time. I knew something was going to happen because I haven't had no major trailer issues in, well, too long, I guess, right? Problem is, I get here to the GP. You ever been to GPs? Most of them, I've only been to a few of them, but each one that I've been to, you go in, you go through a trailer inspection station, you got to go in, you got to read the sign, it tells you what to do, slide the tendons back into the thing with your doors closed. You got to back into their dock with your doors closed. And person will come out, they'll take numbers from you and all that stuff, the trailer and shit. And you got to walk to the back with them. You got to open the doors now. And then that person will get in, you close them, they inspect them, and then, they come out. And then you got to sweep out your trailer. And once you're done sweeping out the trailer, then you go to the window and they tell you where to go and all that stuff. Then you got to go, like from here, for example, you left the inspection station, come into the check-in station, go across the scale, and they weigh you. You got to go inside, give them that paper that the inspection station gave you. And she's like, listen, I can't check you in because I can't print out bills. I'm like, okay, why? Because the printer won't connect to the computer. And I'm out of toner. Really? Okay. I was like, are you sure? Like, what kind of error? Because I have some background in IT and printers and networking and all that shit. So I was like, what kind of errors are giving you? And she's like, it just won't connect to the computer. And then the toner, is you ain't got no backup toner. She's trying to call somebody else. And they was like, no. So I was like, okay, I said, do y'all have like a crash packet, like a manual form that y'all fill out in case stuff like this happens? So yeah, I was like, I'll tell you what, fill out that crash packet. It's about 20 minutes later. We're here to try to troubleshoot the printer and discuss how I can get my bills. I was like, why don't you just fill out that crash packet with all the information you need to put on there. Then I'll take a picture of the bills on the screen. That way I have a digital copy and I have your copy and I can go somewhere along the way and I'll print these out. Cool. Bob's your uncle. She liked that idea. So cool. So I came up, dropped my trailer over here in row F, which is where my loader was. They said, drop it over there. And there's all kinds of Schneider trailers here. So I find my trailer, 158750. I go to back up to it, and it's way too high, so I got to crank her down. Luckily, it's only like 14,000 pounds. Not a big deal. Crank her down. Like, well, while I'm cranking her down, let me go ahead and walk around this bad boy before I connect up to it and do a little pre-trip. And, a little pre-trip. So, kicking the tires, looking at the quality of the tires, checking the tandem pins, all that good stuff. And I get around to the passenger side. No mud flap. I'm like, well, crap. I look a little more. No mud flap hanger. I'm like, son of a bitch. No mud flap, no big deal. I go to a truck stop, buy a $10 mud flap, zip tie that bitch on there. Bob's your freaking uncle. but no mud flap hanger, ain't shit I can do. I call my BOR, whoever's in there on Thanksgiving, answering the phones. Say, have you contacted SCM yet? I'm like, no, I haven't, because I wanted to talk to y'all first, because however they depend on this on Thanksgiving Day, trying to find someone to come out and do this crap. It's going to affect this load and the next one. She said, I'm aware. I was like, okay, let me call SCM, I'll call you back. Call SCM, this guy's just sitting down for the day. So let me see what kind of vendors we got in that area, because I'm in the Baton Rouge area. I'm about 20 miles right, not north of Baton Rouge. I'm like, there's no OCs in this area, are there? Because I was looking at West Memphis, 356 miles away. He's like, well, we got one over in Preserve, right outside of New Orleans. I'm like, they got a maintenance shop there? He said, yeah. I was like, well, okay, I never even knew about that place. So I was like, how far is that from me? He said, probably about an hour and a half. I'm like, well, problem is, way stations between here and there, and all that good jazz. He's like, well, before we start talking about that, let me just see what vendors we have in the area, see if we can't get someone out there quick and get this done. So make sure they understand it's a mud flap and the mud flap hanger. It needs to be fabricated or something. So it's not like they can just bring a mud flap out and say, oh, I didn't know. Yes, you did, because I said make sure he understands it's a mud flap hanger and the mud flap. He said he'll call me back. Damn it! So this load going up to Elwood, paying $1,400. The load I booked out of the Elwood area down to Douglas, Georgia, was $1,800, $1,900. Plus the load I dropped off yesterday. I'd have been at 41 on Monday. Got another load. I would have broke 5K this week. I still can if it needs to be, but we will find out. Or maybe perhaps these nice people here at the Georgia Pacific, or where I'm at, GP or P. I always get the GP and PG mixed up. Where am I at? I'm at Georgia Pacific, right? Yeah, Georgia Pacific, GP. Maybe, just maybe, they could do it. They could or would do a transload from this trailer to the trailer I just dropped off. It's an option, maybe. I don't know. That's beyond my freaking pay scale. I guess once I figure out what SCM says, I'll call back my BOR and see if we can't get it worked out. But for now, I'm going to sit here and stew in my aggravation and just... All right, after all the talking, I've been here now, I don't know, about an hour, a little over an hour. SCM finally got back with me. He said, man, I had to call 8 vendors just to find somebody who was open, but he got a hold of one, Fleet Pride Services out of Baton Rouge, so they'll be here in about an hour. I'm like, yes, sweet. So probably about an hour of work. I would say I probably won't get out of here for a couple hours, but we got somebody coming to me to put the mud flap and hanger on. Then I can finish out a pre-trip and get on the road. 860 miles from here to there. So, yeah. Where are we hauling butt? Then I got to drop this off. As soon as I get this thing dropped off tomorrow afternoon, I got a 45-mile trip to get over to where I got to go to get a live load before 2100 and start the trek down to Douglas, Georgia. I already had a tight schedule to begin with. Numbers-wise, it fits. But I've also updated my team and letting them know, say, hey, listen. Nice. That's Highway Trucker. What's up, buddy? Highway Trucker. Hey, good dude, y'all. You ought to check him out. Yeah, so if I get this... I talked to him. I was like, listen, just in case I get delayed anymore, because judging by my location details, that place is open 7 days a week. But I just said, can you just have customer service, just kind of feel the waters, test the waters, check it out, see if I get delayed anymore for tomorrow and I run out of time or what have you, could I get loaded Saturday morning? She said she'll check on it, she'll send me a message, let me know whether that's an option. Not saying that I'm going to need the option, but I want to be prepared just in case. And that's all that conversation was about. Just to know what can happen if it needs to happen, right? And one thing I don't like about these bigger companies, they wait to the last minute for everything. They would rather fail a load versus preventing to fail a load. I don't get that. I try to plan ahead, and I learned that a long time ago with Schneider. That's why I kind of gave up when I see shit in the head of time. I'm like, okay, whatever. They ain't gonna let me do nothing until now. And it really depends on who you talk to with your team as well. Now, this ain't an actual team member of mine, but that's just who's answering the phone today. My personal BOR, she's awesome. Dawn is great. She will do what she has to do or what she can do to make things work. There's a couple of them. Sam, the one I got rid of, she's like a freaking fly in the wind. She just she don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's the update for now. Well, it's 12:30 at this moment. I will update you when we get ready to roll out of here. So hopefully 2 o'clock, 2:30, I'll be rolling out, and then I'm gonna be driving later in the night like I normally don't want to do. But we'll see what happens. I want to get. We'll figure it out. All right. I need to make a correction. Last time I told you it was 12:30. That was on the truck, so it was actually 11:30 Central Time. But now the truck says 2:53. It's actually 1:53. With the guys here, they made me pull out. I told them, I was like, listen, if you can't fix it, I'm bringing this thing back in, period. I just hate stupid rules. I understand that, sir, but you know what? He can't come in here. I'm like, whatever. Anyhow, he's like, he feels confident he can fix, drill a hole here, maybe do a tack weld, whatever he can do. Just put the mud flap and hanger on. So technically it's about 2 o'clock. He said he'll have me out of here in no time. We'll see what no time means, and hopefully let me get the hell out and get on the road so I can make up this time, because I'm pushing. I can't push that. I got board back. That load tomorrow can't be pushed back till Saturday, so I gotta make this work. I gotta have flawless driving for the next 36 hours or so. Yeah, gotta have no incidents, no issues, no problems. Let's hope for the best. Tomorrow being Friday, though, I would imagine everybody's already at Thanksgiving, so no one's going to leave the day after, right? So, I don't know. But, I mean, it's going to be a fairly easy drive versus as far as directions go. Just go out here a few miles, hit 55 all the way. And then when I get up into that area, I'll have to divert a couple things. But the 55 from Louisiana all the way. Just take 12 out another, 12? A few miles, and then go north through Memphis and all that good stuff. Memphis, and then go up through, probably hit 57. I'm hoping I can get 57 so I ain't gonna go through St. Louis. And take 57 on up. Yeah, that's probably about the way it's gonna go. So, should be a fairly simple drive, but easy will be determined. All right. I ended up losing about 4.5 hours. All right, you're not going to trap me because it's dark. I can see that. Let me just stop you. I'm going to place the frame right there. I ended up being back here at GP for like 4.5 hours total. The dude put a freaking mud flap on. It wasn't a trailer mud flap, but it sticks out about that much outside the tires. Technically, anything outside the tires and the frame of the trailer is classified as oversized, right? So when I looked on the GP, there was a little rinky-dink truck stop about 2 miles away. I went and did a refresh and came back out, and I called Schneider, my BOR back, or the person that was acting BOR today. So what the deal was, said West Memphis is 390 miles away from here. I'm gonna have to stop by there this evening, have them to repair it correctly, but at least I have the mud flap on there to where I'm not like a blind, big old beacon saying, hey, pull me over. So, we was talking about time and all that. I was like, well, that's going to have me stop a couple hours earlier than I wanted to. So they say, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and recover that load from you. So I lost that next load coming out of North Aurora, Illinois to Douglas, Georgia. I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe it's a sign. I'll find something later. But again, this is Thanksgiving Day, right? So I get here to West Memphis. I pull in the yard at 9 o'clock p.m. You know I don't like driving this late, but when you have to, you have to, because I'm right now 510 miles away from delivery tomorrow. Now, here's the problem. He doesn't have anybody. He's got one person who's lined up for work. He's like, you got 48 hours? I'm like, no, Lord, no. He came out to look at it. He's like, yeah, that's a DOT violation. I mean, fortunately, every way station I came through from Louisiana to Tennessee or to Arkansas were closed. I get to Arkansas, right across from out of Memphis, across state line, pull in and let's close. It's open. 8:40 at night. Son of a bitch. But I pull through there and I get the green light to go on. I mean, I don't get the bypass lane. I got to go over the scale, stop at the scale house, and then they just give me the green light. So I didn't get an inspection. If they randomly inspected me, they would have tagged that on me. I would have tried to say, hey, I'm like 2 miles away from where I need to be now to get it fixed correctly. Anyway, that didn't happen, so we're good. But I get here, he doesn't have anybody. He's like, man, maybe you can come in the morning before you head out. They'll have a full crew then, see what they can get done for you. That's all I can suggest. And he also pointed out there's an air leak back here. I was like, brother, I was in here about 4 months ago, and there wound up being an air leak, and I pulled back in that little bay right there, and 8 hours later, I finally pulled out. So let's hope none of that stuff happens. We'll see. As long as this load is delivered before midnight tomorrow, it'll be on time. But it's only 8 hours and 20-minute drive time. I'd like to have it dropped off by 1800. Still have some time left over. Maybe find a last-minute hookup to a load tomorrow evening. I'm not even going to look at loads until I know what it's going to be like for delivery, when I'm going to be able to deliver it. And out here driving, what do you have time to do? Think. So a lot of things that I thought about today is like, you know, in my evenings, in my downtime, I'm usually playing some sort of game, Fortnite, with some buddies. Play League of Legends by myself normally. Also some other games, Minecraft, some zombies from time to time. I was like, I wonder if a game night stream would be accepted on the channel. Probably not, but why not? I also wonder about things like I wonder about the channel a lot, to be honest, because that's my hobby. The YouTube here, this is my hobby. I'm just sharing my experiences that might help somebody. I've never claimed, hey, I'm the end all be all. No, not at all. I'm just showing my experiences as transparent as it can be. So, but I also think about things like, it's not really when I leave Schneider, you know. I mean, what are some things to why I would leave Schneider? I'm sure I won't be here for the rest of my life, I don't know exactly how long I'll be with the company, or how long or if I ever will leave. I don't know, but reasons that I would leave or that I would look for is I like running the lanes in the South, Texas to Florida, around along I-10, Louisiana, hell, even up to 20 into Oklahoma, or not Oklahoma, but through Mississippi, Alabama, that area, you know, 20 and below. That's kind of the area from east to west. Not Atlanta. Screw Atlanta. It's kind of like my happy place. Right? Yeah, apparently that's the sign language for happy right there. That's kind of the areas that I want to run. I would like to focus on. So, but I would also, there's times that I'm out here and I got a thought and I just can't remember it later on and I can't write it down. It'd be nice to be able to flick my camera on and just talk to you as I'm going down the road. But I can't do that. Won't operate any cameras while operating the equipment. It's not like I can just kind of set it up, even if I have it set up all damn day, which I could have it set up always on me, but then talk to it when I needed to and just edit out the long parts later. But even at that point, I am interacting with the camera while operating a vehicle. I'd be gone. So can't do that. But if I could find a company with the lanes and the pay and you know, YouTube friendly, then those are probably the three things that I would be looking for. I know Landstar wouldn't be a bad option for that. Hell, even Mercer wouldn't be a bad option for that. Questionable about FTF, F2F. But there's also some other companies in the South that I don't really know about. I'm sure I'll come across eventually and I'll learn about. But yeah, I mean, I'm not in a big hurry to go anywhere. I like Schneider. You've heard me say it since the beginning there. I mean, not everybody's perfect. There's some things that I would like to see changed and updated and just to be better quality of life things. But for the most part, I'm content with what I'm doing. So my day, I haven't had any really, equipment issues for a while. I was telling the guy back here, I was like, so figure my luck, the day I'd have it would be on a holiday. Luckily, we had after the 8th vendor, SEM called, we had someone come out and fix it. Didn't really fix it right, but fixed it good enough, whatever. And then we get here to the Schneider shop, and there's nobody here. Hell, even driver services was closed. I had a big sign closed at 1800. As soon as I pulled up, I walked inside to refresh, and then went over to the shop and talked to them. So that's gonna be all for today. I'm tired. Big boy worked longer today than he normally does, but I'd still be awake. I'd be awake editing right now. Right now, I'd be editing a video at 9:52 in the PM, or just finishing the rendering process, transferring it to my phone to start the upload. But now I got another hour of stuff to do before that now. So it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. I'll get up in the morning, go to the shop, see what they can do about what needs to be done, and we'll go from there. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate all the support, as always. I'm reading comments coming off of today's video. I've been sitting here for about the past 20, before I even started recording, responding to all your comments. Appreciate the support. You'll never hear me mention anything about that situation again. You're not getting no clout off me. So if you do decide to continue making videos about me, you might as well just put your effort on somebody else that will respond to you, that will call you out, that will throw all your name out there, and you will get some benefit from. Because you ain't getting none from me. That's it. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Have a good night.